Hey guys, Toxico Cereal here, and welcome back to another Clash Royale video, and today we're back with the balance change ideas. This is for Season 19, but before we get started, I do want to point out, and if you guys read last season's balance changes, it did say that Supercell is going to be stopping monthly balance changes. Does this mean this series, yes, this is a series actually, does that mean this series will stop monthly? No. I'm still going to be doing this monthly, even though there will not be monthly balance changes. I really do like this series, and I know a lot of people enjoy these series as well. But believe it or not, this season we actually do have more buffs than nerfs. We have a total of 11 cards on the list because there was a major shift in the meta due to the fact there were so many balance changes. And let's just get right into it. We're going to start with the nerfs. The first nerf is the Electro Spirit. Now, as you guys can see, I had this on my buffs, but all of a sudden the Electro Spirit shot up with win rates, and usage rates are also climbing, but we have a 5% usage rate, and these are all on grand challenges. I'm only doing grand challenges from now on because it's really the one many people care about, also on ladder, but I'm mostly focusing on grand challenges. But 5% usage rate and a 62% win rate, and I'm also going to be including the rating, 76 rating. Anything about 45 is about the average. Anything above like 55 and 60 is good. Anything below 30 is bad. But yeah, the Electro Spirit, ever since that Heal Spirit nerf, has really been a very dominant card with a 62% win rate. My nerf would just be the amount of chain targets, maybe from 9 to 6 to 7 to 8. I don't know, because I had this on the buff, and it really had no spot in the meta, but now it has a spot in the meta. Next up, we have the Royal Giant, one I have not included yet, but the Royal Giant also climbed a little bit with his win rates, even though the Fisherman got nerfed. The E-Spirit coming into the meta actually made it better. And the Fisherman really had no shift as well. But Royal Giant has just been, I think, a problem in the meta for a little bit now. It's got a 6% usage rate and a 56% win rate with a 62 rating. I really think the Royal Giant just needs a hit speed nerf or a damage nerf, because I really think that's the main problem with the Royal Giant. Next up on the list, we have the Barbarian Barrel. It has been very popular ever since the Logs nerf. We have a 31% usage rate and a 55% win rate with a 66 rating. It's just been a very popular card, also a log, but I think the Barbarian Barrel could use a little nerf. The log could also use a little nerf as well, but that's not too major. And then the final balance change for the nerf is the Balloon. The Balloon doesn't have the prettiest stats, but you really know, guys, this actually is a hated card. I personally hate it too. The Balloon, even though I use it, the Balloon has a 14% usage rate and a 51% win rate, only with a 50 rating. That is above the average, which is about like 45, I would say. But really what I think you need to do to the Balloon is nerf its first hit speed, because literally when it gets to the tower, it literally will just drop that first bomb right away. I don't think that's fair. Maybe a 0.3 to 0.5 delay before it drops that first bomb, because when it gets to the tower, it just drops it right away. And I know a lot of people hate it, but that's just me. Next up, we have the buffs. We have 5 buffs this season. I did include one on the thoughts and ideas, and you guys probably already know what it is, but if you watched it. If you didn't watch it, then no, you're not going to know what it is. But we have the Cannon. The Cannon has been one of the worst buildings in the game, besides the Furnace. But anyway, the Cannon has a 1% usage rate and a 31% win rate with a 10 rating. Now, the only deck I see Cannon in is 2.6 Hog, but that deck does not perform as well anymore. I mean, it performs okay, but it's not the greatest. But yeah, I think the Cannon needs a buff. I don't know, HP, something. I don't know how you buff the Cannon, because when they buff the Cannon, they also buff the Cannon card. And the Cannon card actually is a very good card right now in the meta. We got next up the Executioner. This is one I've missed a lot. But the Executioner has a 2% win rate and a 2% usage rate and a 29% win rate with an 8 of rating. Now, I really didn't include this, but I got some comments about the Executioner. I'm like, wow, I really didn't include the Executioner. It's actually got really bad win rates and usage rates, but I really think the Executioner needs a splash radius increase or a damage increase, one or the other, because it's just been a very bad card for a while. Next up, we have the Fire Spirits. They've buffed this card a couple of times, but I didn't include the Furnace because I was thinking maybe the buff to the Fire Spirits could impact the Furnace. I doubt it, because the Furnace has been a very bad card due to its low health, but I don't have Furnace on the list. But Fire Spirits have 1% usage rate, a 26% win rate, with a rating of 7. I think the Fire Spirits need a jump range nerf, a damage nerf, or a HP nerf. That way they can't get one-shotted by Zap. I don't even know if they can get... I'm pretty sure they can get one-shotted by Zap. Maybe they should be able to get one-shotted by Zap or Giant Snowball. But, that is really it about the Fire Spirits. They're trash. Next up is the Princess. I've talked about this card. I personally think this card is the worst legendary in the game. It actually has the lowest win rate out of the legendaries. Mega Knight in second, and then it's the Mother Witch. But the Princess has been a pretty bad card. Honestly, all the Logbait decks have been performing really badly, and I don't know why. But I personally think Princess actually could be a big help to it. I think her hit speed needs to be increased just by a little bit, or her damage, or her splash radius. One of the three, and I personally think the Princess will be a little bit more better in terms of win rates. Her usage rates are not terrible, but the win rates are pretty low. And then the last up is the newest card in the game. It's the Mother Witch. The Mother Witch really has no spot in the meta right now. It has a 3% usage rate, but a 44% win rate. It started off with a good win rate, and then just slowly declining. And I personally think it's because of the Fireball, its ability to one-shot it, because the Fireball is a very popular card right now. But I did not include it on the Nerfs list, surprisingly. I probably should have, but no, not this time. But the Mother Witch, 3% usage rate, 44% win rate, 30 of a rating. And I personally think the Mother Witch just needed an HP nerf to get it probably about the same health as a Wizard. That way it cannot be one-shotted by the Fireball, but it can be very close if the Mother Witch is just... if the Fireball isn't over-leveled. We have two reworks. The first one is the obvious one that's been talked about for a long time. It's the Wizard. The Wizard, 3% usage rate, 20% win rate, 4 rating. That's terrible. But the Wizard doesn't really need a buff, because honestly that would make it OP, because it is a very hated card currently right now. But I personally think it needs a rework. They've been talking a lot about other people that do balance change. They've been talking about reworking it to 4 Elixir. I'm totally fine with that, because I use it, and that could make my deck a lot faster to cycle. But is that the right kind of rework? If they do rework it to 4 Elixir, I think it just needs to balance it out. Just a little bit of a damage nerf. But if it stays at 5 Elixir, it does need some kind of buff, then I don't know. But I really want it reworked to 4 Elixir, because I honestly think that will make it a little bit more of a unique card. And then the last one is one that I'm going to keep talking about it until they nerf this card. It's Rage. I hate this freaking card. Oh my god. But even though I didn't include Balloon as the nerf, I still think Rage is such a broken card. Just like Freeze and Mirror. Cards that just are so frustrating if you face them. That's just my opinion, though. Rage only has a 3% usage rate and a 42% win rate with a rating of 27. That is not... I might say 22, because I am terrible when it comes to this. But I'll have the actual picture today of the actual balance changes, so you guys should be able to see the usage and win rates. But anyway, Rage, like I said, is just one of my most hated cards. I said it last time. I'm going to say it again. I want Rage to get one of these two things removed. Either the speed increase or the hit speed increase. One of the two removed. And then just increase the duration. But that is it for the balance changes, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. And don't forget to put in the comments what cards should be changed. But goodbye.